Welcome to Living the Empowered Life podcast, where we discuss all things empowering, encouraging and inspiring. My name is Yvonne Ellis. I'm an empowerment speaker, author, coach, trainer and founder of Yumi Empowerment, a company that facilitates the empowerment of people. I help people to make positive life change, live in their purpose and develop into their best version of self. I share stories, interviews, spiritual encouragement and actionable tips to empower, encourage and inspire you to live the life you want. So if you want to live the empowered life, join me each week on my podcast so we can take the journey together. Hello empowered lifers. I hope that you are all doing well. You know, I nearly forgot to hit the record button. It's been that long since I've done an episode. Not really, guys. I mean, yeah, it has been a little bit of a while since I've done an episode, but I'm back today, guys. Welcome to Living the Empowered Life podcast. I'm your host, Yvonne Ellis. This podcast really is about bringing you all things empowering, encouraging and inspiring. And today is going to be a slightly fun episode because we're just going to be talking about new hobbies that you can pick up in your 40s. And today is episode 116. Wow, what a year it's been. Before I get into the episode, how are you all doing? If it's your first time listening in, I welcome you. Do be sure to check out my other episodes of this podcast. You can find it on Apple Podcasts and Spotify Podcasts, also as well on Living the Empowered Life YouTube channel, and also as well yumiempowerment.com website. You will see a link or a tab for the podcast. However you listen in, you are all welcome. So if you haven't checked it out, my other episodes, for those of you who are new here, do check them out. And to my continued listeners, thank you for listening in and continuing to support me. This year has been really hard. I mean, I have had a lot of things going on. Very, very, very busy. I'm blessed, so I'm not complaining, you know, but it's just been very hard to kind of tackle and manage everything. And now we are just about to go into December. Today is the 30th of November, so this is the time at which I'm recording this, and tomorrow is going to be the 1st of December, and I am looking forward to just having a few days break. I'm going to take a break from December the 23rd, and I'm not going to really be going back to work properly, like meetings and everything, until Monday, January the 5th, 2026. I am looking forward to this break. This year has been full on, and you know, it's been a mixture of lots of different things, exciting things, hard things. Recently, I shared on my Instagram that I had a full circle moment in my life, which has been something that has been so emotional for me. I am going to be sharing a little bit more about it in a blog post I'm going to be doing for the Living the Empowered Life newsletter in December. And I will share more about that then. But I was recently invited to come and do a talk as a keynote speaker for a local authority I was in care in as a looked after child. Being in the care system was a very, very challenging thing for me as a young person, as a child. And I was invited to do a keynote speech, and it was really amazing. You know, just reflecting on my journey into care, and then to be on a stage, you know, 30 plus years later was, you know, a really emotional moment for me. And I did share some of that, as I mentioned, on my Instagram, which is Yumi Empowerment, YEME_empowerment. Over there, I do share things that I'm doing, so do check it out. And also, Empowered Lifers, in other news, I am about to release my 6th book, Exceptional, Not Expected, Volume 2. This has been, out of all of my books, a real hard labour. I don't know why. I think it's about time, you know, because as I said, this year has been really, really busy. This book was supposed to have been released from months back, but just because of other things that were going on, other commitments, I just couldn't find the time to focus on the things that I should have been focusing on when it comes to releasing this book. So out of all my books, this one has been the hardest to release, even though it has been one of the easiest to write. Make that make sense? I don't know. But at the end of the day, it's here now. Exceptional, Not Expected, Volume 2 will be released on December the 15th. I will be taking pre-orders for this book, and I will be doing a book reveal of the cover at the end of the week. I think the week is ending December the 5th, something like that. I was meant to do a book talk series about my books, which has kind of fallen behind. So rather than it be a week by week reveal or week by week talk about my books, I'm going to be doing it over the next few days of the 1st of December week, basically every day, just talking about the books I already have out. So that's how I'm going to do it. And then on Friday, I'm going to do the reveal for the new book. I'm really excited about this book. I've already had some pre-orders in for this book already. People have already paid for it. I'm really excited about that. I will be taking pre-orders for this book, and I will be sharing more on my Instagram posts and my other social media posts. And also as well, I will be, just sharing about it in general so that people know that they can pre-order the book. I will be able to send them out before Christmas. So if this is something that you're interested in, please do DM me or email me. All my links are in the bio. So Empowered Lifers, in today's episode 116, I wanted to share with you 5 fun things women in their 40s can do at Christmas. I thought I would keep it light-hearted today, as it is coming up to the end of the year. I'm sure we're all looking forward to relaxing. Whether you celebrate Christmas or not, a lot of people do enjoy just having the time at the end of the year to take some time off or to relax or to do things more that are fun. And I'm somebody who loves to do fun things, new things, as I've shared on my Instagram, things that I like to do, going for cake and coffee dates. I like going to nice restaurants, afternoon teas. I've got something really exciting coming up as well in the next couple of weeks, which I will share then. But I do like to get out and about. And this time of year for me is actually one of my favourite times of the year. I love going on Christmas walks to see all the lights in the evening. I like going for, dinners and different things like that. And, this year is no different. I am looking forward to starting to do that as of next week. But I wanted to share these 5 fun things women in their 40s can do at Christmas. Maybe you're already doing them, but I just thought, hey, there's no harm in sharing these things, because as we step into the festive season, you want to do something that is light, joyful and empowering, because, sometimes for a lot of women, especially if they're the ones having to do all the cooking and everything else or buying the presents, it feels like it's a lot of stress, a lot of long to-do lists and different things like that. But there is also other things, that can be done as well when it comes to Christmas, fun things. So the first thing I want to share with you is to host a cozy girls night in. Now, this is not something I do, but I've seen other people do it, other women do it, and it looks really fun. It doesn't have to be a high pressure, perfectly decorated, magazine worthy kind of gathering. Really, it's going to be an evening where you can come together with your close friend or friends and just be, authentic. It's about just having a time where you can just all come as you are and enjoy each other's company. Think festive pajamas, candles glowing, a good Christmas playlist, maybe some Prosecco or hot chocolate or mulled wine, and a table of simple nibbles. You can even do something where you can do like a Secret Santa type thing, or whatever it is you want to do, or a self-care theme. It is something where, you can just really just spend time with your friends. For your self-care theme, you could do things like, have hand creams, candles, journaling, nice teas, anything that brings comfort. Now, what I love when I see these types of things, especially when I kind of been seeing it lately on TikTok, is that it reminds me of especially with older women, it just reminds me of how friendship in midlife can hit different, because I think as older women anyway, we appreciate more deep conversations. We don't need to impress anybody. And, we can just really show up as our authentic selves. And I think that's what I'm reminded about when I see these kind of things that scroll up on TikTok as well. So it can just be a powerful time to get together and catch up, especially if the year has been really busy for everyone and you haven't been able to catch up with your friends. That is a nice time to be able to do that in arranging a cozy girls' night in. The second thing I want to share with you is a festive movie marathon. Now, this is something I know about. I started my Christmas film list last weekend, actually. And yes, I have some festive favourites that I go to every year. Some of them are Christmas themes. Some of them are just the kind of message of them, reminds me of this time of year. So for me, Curly Sue is my number one film. My daughter, Jada, absolutely hates Curly Sue because as a child, we used to have our Christmas nights and she used to have to watch this movie. And now she feels triggered by it. But I love Curly Sue. I love the message of it. I love when, good things can come out of bad situations. I love those type of movies. Another movie I absolutely love, I've been watching this one since 2008, is Home by Christmas with Linda Hamilton. Absolutely excellent film. She is a faithful, loyal wife, holding it down with, looking after the family, looking after her daughter and husband, finds out her husband is having an affair, and basically leaves her for a younger woman, and she ends up homeless and all this type of stuff. But in the end, she gets herself together. I'm not even doing it justice by describing this film, but Home by Christmas is one of my favourite films. I have other favourite Christmas films as well, like Scrooge, the original one with Bill Murray from 1988 or 1986. There's so many great Christmas films out there. I would recommend that you have your own movie marathon. I have a list on my phone where I write down the films that I've watched and I tick them off. Every year I try and beat my list of the films I watched the year before. We'll have to see how I will get on this year. I've already watched 4 Christmas films. So, I'm on track. But basically, a movie marathon is a great idea. Get some of your favourite movies together. There's something so nostalgic and comforting about watching the films that you love at Christmas, films that maybe you grew up with. I know a lot of people love Home Alone, The Holiday, Love Actually, or those cheesy Netflix Christmas movies, that people enjoy. I do like a good Hallmark movie as well, Hallmark Christmas movie. But whatever it is you enjoy, you should do it. You should watch these films. Use it as a time to relax and, just to do something that you enjoy. It's a beautiful blend of fun and relaxation. And, it just gives you that time just to rest and relax and watch things that you enjoy. Another thing that you can do for fun, if you haven't done it, if you're in your 40s and you've not done this before, is to do the Christmas lights walk. Every year, me and my husband do the Christmas lights walk. We go to different places. Favourite stretch of lights, hands down, has to be Sloane Street, Kings Road. That borough, Kensington and Chelsea, always know how to put on a proper Christmas display. Any displays that they do is always wow. If you do that walk from the top of Sloane Street where the Tiffany is all the way down to Harrods, down to Brompton Road, the lights are absolutely amazing. And then, me and my husband will go on back streets and we go to different areas as well. We always love to do that walk. We usually go out for dinner, maybe go out for dinner and drinks, and then maybe we go for a walk afterwards, or sometimes we do it the other way round. But it's always nice to get out and go and see the Christmas lights. It is a simple, free pleasure and we enjoy it, It's good exercise to go for a walk anyway. You can grab a hot chocolate or a coffee and stroll through a neighbourhood or a park that's decorated with lights. It's just a nice way to take your mind off of things. You can do it with a friend, you can do it by yourself, take yourself out, and it doesn't have to cost a lot of money. You don't have to do the dinner and drinks thing. You don't have to do all that. You can just have, enough for a coffee or hot chocolate in case you get cold. If you've got a bus pass, jump on a bus to the area you want to go to, or even walk to that area and just take in some of the festive sights. It is one of the best things about this time of year, because sometimes life can be feeling so heavy. It's nice to have something where you can take your mind off things. So do think of an area that you might like to go and see the Christmas lights that you haven't done before. And if you haven't done a Christmas walk before, I definitely do recommend it. Another great place to go is South Bank. That's another place that's really good to walk down by the water. They have all the Christmas markets, which is really nice as well. I do like to go out probably about 7, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, especially in this weather, because obviously my husband works, and then we get out after he finishes work. So we usually leave at about 7:30. That is a nice time because it is quite dark outside. So do check out the Christmas lights, and do go on a Christmas lights walk. Now, I just want to share another couple of things with you quickly. You could do a Christmas crafts or sip and paint event. You know, this is something you can do to tap into your creativity with Christmas crafts. You can make wreaths, you can design personalised baubles, create handmade gift tags. There's lots of different classes on at the moment. You probably can find them on Eventbrite that do these type of events. Last Friday I went out with my husband to the Ideal Home Show, and we saw people there in these types of classes. Because when you book for the Ideal Home Christmas Show, you can book your general entrance ticket, and then you go in and you can, see all the different stalls or grab a Prosecco or different things like that. But there is extra cost if you want to attend like a wreath making workshop or a candle workshop, decoration workshop. But when we went there were women in there, and they thoroughly were enjoying themselves. They had their glass of Prosecco beside them, and there was a teacher there teaching them how to make these Christmas wreaths and candles and different things like that, decorating candles and baubles. But if you're into that type of thing, it's not too late to check it out on Eventbrite. I'm sure you'll find some classes on there. Maybe type in Christmas wreath making or Christmas crafts events, and tailor it to your area, and I'm sure some things can come up. So do check those types of things out. It's very good to get into doing things like this. You don't have to be a creative person. It's just something fun to do that is different, that is new. So do have a look at doing something like that. And the last thing I would say to you is to have an experience this Christmas. This could be a Christmas market, going ice skating, going to a throwback party, doing a winter spa. Anything, like this around Christmas is always good to do. As I mentioned a couple of points back, the South Bank Embankment Christmas market is really, really good. We are going to be going there in the next week or so. And it's always really lively down there. There's lots of things down there to take in and see. So you can check that out. I love going ice skating, even though I'm not really keen on ice skating, if that makes sense. My husband and my daughter Jada are the ice skaters in the family. I do ice skate, but I am the type to hang on to the side. I can't be good at everything. But, I thoroughly enjoy going out with my family to go ice skating. I'm hoping that we can get to go this year. I did have some things planned for us to do, but with everybody working, my daughter, my husband, me, it's been hard to kind of get everybody together on the days that we need to go to these things. But I'm hoping we can at least go ice skating again. We usually do it every year as a family. It is fun to do. We usually sometimes go to Battersea Glide, which is sponsored by Joe Malone down at Battersea Power Station. Very, very good ice skating facility they got down there, which they set up only for the winter months, and we do thoroughly enjoy it. There is also Somerset House, which has a really good one as well. Also, there is like Christmas exhibitions. There are some things on at the Royal Albert Hall, and I tried to book something to go, but I got there too late. So next year I need to make sure I'm looking at the beginning of November, not the end, for any Christmas things that are happening at the Royal Albert Hall. There are Christmas themed things on that you can check out. If you're not somebody that's ever gone to these things, I would say to you, try and do something Christmas themed if you can, just to try and do something different. I am looking forward to going to the Royal Opera House again in the next few weeks. So I'll definitely be posting about that. But just do something that is holiday themed, Christmas themed. And make sure you have that time to enjoy yourself. So guys, there you have it. 5 fun, simple things that you can do this Christmas. New things, different things. It's all about having new and different experiences, living the empowered life, as I always say. If there's something on that list that you haven't done, I want you to think about something that you would like to do. You know, each one of these things is designed to help you to reconnect with joy, presence, community, or creativity. And if you have tried any of these ideas already, I would love to hear about it. Please do, when I do the episode notification on Instagram, Facebook, and other platforms, please let me know in the comments if you have tried any of these things. Or if you haven't tried any of these things, what you're planning to try. I would love to hear from you. And if you enjoyed this episode, please share it with anybody else you feel deserves to live the empowered life and wants a little bit of encouragement to do something different at Christmas. And before I go, I just want to quickly share with you a Bible scripture. It comes from the book of Ecclesiastes. This is the NIV version, and it's Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 15. It says, "So I command the enjoyment of life, because there is nothing better for a person under the sun than to eat and drink and be glad. Then joy will accompany them in the toil of all their days, of the life God has given them under the sun." So guys, life is not just all about hard work, it's also about enjoyment. When you work hard, you are entitled to have rest, relaxation, to have fun, and to do things that you enjoy. And I want you to remember that as we go into December, and I will be doing an episode pre-Christmas just as a end of year wrap up before the new year. But have a good one, guys, and make sure you do something that you enjoy this December. And I look forward to hearing all about your adventures. Please do look out for my book launch, which I will be sharing with you about the pre-order of my new book, Exceptional, Not Expected. And all links to everything that I do to do with human empowerment, living the empowered life, is in the show notes description box below. Until the next episode, take care.